What's up guys, welcome back to my channel and to another budget with me video. If you're new here, my name is Lauren and I make videos all about personal finance, including my family's own journey to pay off six-figure student loan debt. So if you like videos like that, then make sure you subscribe to my channel. Today we're going through our February budget. If you like the budget spreadsheet I'm using, I do have it available for purchase in my Etsy shop, which will be linked in the video description. It comes with a detailed video tutorial along with me every single month showing you how I use this budget for my own family, and it comes with both a net and gross monthly budget spreadsheet as well as a net and gross annual budget spreadsheet, and it is an instant download to Google Sheets. So we do a zero-based budget, so you can see up here left to budget is $43, and usually when I do my budget with me videos that is down to zero, and I'll tell you guys in a second why I've not fully decided what to do with that money. It's only $43, and you know, this is an estimate too of like what we're budgeting, so our income could be a little higher or lower and that would change anyway. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys about that in just a second. So let's start with the income. So this month we have budgeted for $11,946 of income. That is gross income. So out of that income come our taxes and insurance and my husband's 401k deductions. So for taxes and insurance, we have budgeted $2,020 for taxes and $396 for insurance for a total of $2,416. We did change my husband's 401k contribution this year, and we also adjusted his tax withholdings a little bit. So he's only received one paycheck in January as of the time I'm filming this, and that paycheck covered part of last year, so I'm not 100% sure on the numbers on this, so it might be slightly different, but by March we should have those numbers finalized. But anyway, I think it's pretty close because I was able to kind of estimate off of his paycheck he did get in January that was half from December and half from January. Next, we've got pay yourself first. I put it first after taxes and insurance come out because it's really a priority. Investing is a priority for us, and we want to make sure we're paying ourselves first before we pay our other bills to make sure those savings and investing goals happen. So we have two things on our pay yourself first this month. First is my husband's 401k. We are actually trying to max this out. I probably will have talked to you guys. No, I probably won't have talked to you guys about this yet. In my annual goals video, I had said we wanted to put $25,000 to investing, and I had kind of broken it up between my husband's 401k, my brokerage accounts, and my Roth IRA. And I don't know that we're going to split it up that way. I upped my husband's 401k contributions to max those out for the year because they just come out of his paycheck automatically, and money is going to be a little bit trickier this year because this is the first year I am full-time self-employed, so we may have some ups and downs, and I just feel like if those contributions don't come out of his paycheck automatically, I just don't want to leave a lot up to chance. I just don't trust that I'll be able to swing it as easily if that money's sitting in our bank account and just not spend it. So if it's already out of his paycheck before the paycheck hits our bank account, then there's no way I can spend it. So we're going to try to get through the year doing it that way. It might be kind of tough. I don't know. We'll see. This month you'll see kind of how it's like already making it a little tricky, but yeah, we upped his contributions to, I think it's $788 per paycheck, and that'll hit the $20,500 max for a 401k. And then for my brokerage accounts, I invest in M1 Finance, Fidelity, and Acorns. I don't put a lot of my own money in. I usually put like $25 to $50 a month of my own money, and then the rest of those investments are referral bonuses from you guys signing up for accounts. Fidelity doesn't have any sign-up bonuses, but M1 Finance has a $50 sign-up bonus right now, and then Acorns has a $5 bonus. So we each get $50 if you sign up using my link for M1 Finance, and we each get $5 if you sign up for Acorns. So I'll put those links in the video description. I really appreciate anytime you guys use my link to open an account, and I get really excited for you guys that you are investing along with me. So total for savings and retirement is $1,876. Next, we've got the debt section, my favorite and least favorite section. Favorite because I just love that we're making this a priority finally, getting our debt paid off, but least favorite because I think for obvious reasons, it's just paying off debt isn't fun. So we've got my husband's student loan. His minimum payment is $830 a month. And then my student loan, my minimum payment is $1,882 a month. So just the minimum payments alone, we owe $2,712 per month. And as we're going through this debt-free journey, I just keep reminding myself that once we're debt-free, that $2,700 or $3,000 or whatever we end up paying once the month is said and done, every single month will be ours to keep. And I just so look forward to that day. Next, scooting over to the fixed expenses. So we've got our condo fee, that's a set fee every single month, $201, and then our mortgage is $1,880. I put our mortgage in the fixed expenses because if we didn't have a mortgage payment, we would have rent anyway. So it's not really like, I don't like putting it in the debt payoff section, and we're not putting any extra payments towards it because our priority is getting our student loans paid off. So that's why I have it over here in the fixed expenses. Next, we've got life insurance. My husband and I each have a policy, and then internet is 106. Our security system is 25. Car insurance is 94. We have one subscription, which is Spotify, for $10, and we give ourselves $50 for unexpected expenses. So total fixed expenses for the month is $2,414. And finally, moving on to the sinking funds, we have our mini emergency fund, which I should stop calling it an mini. It's just our emergency fund now. It used to be like part of our emergency fund, but now it's our whole emergency fund. So by the time, well, actually, let me talk about this $43. So we used some of our emergency fund to pay off debt in December, and we have about $1,000 that we are trying to build back up because our emergency fund is at $9,000 right now, and we want it to be at $10,000. So in January, I had budgeted $500 to be able to put towards the emergency fund, but our income might be a little bit higher in January. I'm just waiting to see what it turns out to be at the end of the month. But if it is, we may be able to fully fund that $1,000 all to the emergency fund in January, which means we don't need to put any extra money to the emergency fund in February. So I'm kind of leaving this $43 to see if we want to put that towards the emergency fund because we didn't have enough to fully fund it, or whether it's going to go towards extra debt payments towards my student loan. Because once the emergency fund is back fully funded, every extra dollar is going towards my student loan. So I'm hopeful that it'll be going towards my student loan and our emergency fund will be done in January, but I'm just waiting till the end of the month to see. So I just thought I'd just leave that until I know for sure and then make a final decision on that. All right, so let's talk about all of the rest of the sinking funds and groceries. We budget $1,000 a month, well, really $250 a week. And February only has 4, I think it's Tuesdays or Wednesdays, whichever day I counted for when I get groceries. So $250 a week has been okay for us. Some months we've gone over, but we've generally been able to stick to it. And one of the things I realized is with inflation and groceries costing more, we actually have not increased our grocery budget. So I feel like those months where we're able to stick to it, it just means that we're getting better and more efficient at groceries compared to how we used to be because we haven't increased our budget. So I just trying to keep that in mind when like we go over a little bit or we stick to it, like how good we're doing because we have not increased that budget and inflation has really increased the cost of things. So we're going to stick with the $250 a week. I hope we can swing that for the rest of the year. It'd be really nice not to have to increase the grocery budget, but at the same time, I found if you keep going over in a budget category over and over and over month after month, it's really demotivating when it comes to your budget. Like you start to dread your budget. And so I'd rather increase a budget category to fit what our actual realistic expenses are than to artificially put ourselves at a number that we know we're just not going to hit. We've got nothing going into the vacation fund in February. February is kind of a tighter month. I was actually looking and about 6 months of the year are going to be a little tighter and 6 months should be a little better. Hopefully, there's also fluctuations in my income being self-employed, so that's another factor, but I'm kind of estimating about half the months of the year will be a little tighter, and this is one of them, and March will be a tight month as well. So we're not putting anything to the vacation fund, and you'll see I've reduced some of our sinking funds that I usually get to fund. So my husband's spending is $200, and then I usually also get $200, but I'm just taking $150 this month. I've got some extra money from January that I already have like over $100 in my fund, so I figured on a tighter month I could take a little bit less. And then for my daughter, we budget $150 a month for her expenses. We are putting $100 a month aside for baby number 2. Baby number 2 is another little girl, and she is due in July, so we are already trying to save some money so when we see something on sale and we want to buy it, or just over time, we're building up her fund. So when we need to buy stuff when the time gets closer, we aren't scrambling to find that money. Next is kids activities / preschool. Obviously, $50 a month is not enough to pay for preschool, but we are hoping to put my daughter in preschool later in the year. Budget allowing. It's crazy because preschool is so expensive. Like part-time is like $600 to $800 a month at least. It's just, I don't know how, like, it's just a ridiculous amount. Like, it just shouldn't be that expensive. Anyway, so for kids activities, $50 is what we've budgeted. So I don't know, like, we don't have anything in particular planned right now for February, but we're just putting some money aside for activities in general, for like going to the zoo and different stuff like that if we decide to do an activity with my daughter. Next, we've got Miles expenses. Miles is my cat, and so we put money aside for him every single month that should cover all his expenses, his vet visits, his food, his medication, all that throughout the year. And then we also have pet insurance. So $150 a month has been working pretty well, but we'll see, you know, if prices are going up on his stuff too, we may have to adjust that. And then gas, we're putting 50. I usually put 100 in this fund, but just right now, like I said, this budget's a little tighter and we do have some extra gas money from January, so I just went a little lighter on the gas fund in February. And then for gifts, we do $100 a month for gifts, and I know we do need to buy a couple gifts in February, so I'm keeping that at 100. And then home decor, car maintenance, and house maintenance are all at 0. Home decor, I usually only put 25, and car maintenance and house maintenance varies. Sometimes I put 50, sometimes I put 75 or 100 or more. It would be nice to be able to put like 100 or 150 in car maintenance and house maintenance every single month, but like I said, it's just a little bit tighter right now, and we've got over $1,500 going to my husband's 401k, a total of over $1,800 going towards investing, and we could cut back on those goals and fund a car maintenance fund and a house maintenance fund more, but I'd rather kind of like wait till a bigger expense comes up and then fund those to get them out of the red rather than really overfund them at a time when money is trickier while we're trying to pay off debt. So in an ideal world, money would be going to those every single month, but this month we're not putting any money to them. I'm not going to leave them at 0 all year long, but just, you know, in the months where our pay is a little bit lower, I probably, like, those will be some of the things I go to first to cut unless we have a big expense in one of those categories in any given month. And also those are ones that are like, they're essential, but they're not like bills that are due in a certain time. Whereas like our cell phone bill, our sewer or water bill, our utilities, like those type of things, and like my daughter's expenses, those things are things we can't really cut. We can't do 0 for groceries in a month. Like there's certain things that are essential and there's certain things that are like nice to have, and we'll probably have those expenses come up at some point, but aren't something we need to pay for immediately. So anyway, cell phone is at 150, town, sewer, and water is at 85, and then utilities is at 300. 300 so far, I think it's going to get us by because our electricity and gas bill was $450 in January, but that fund is ahead because we've pre-funded it some. So I'm hoping that like our bills average out to 300 throughout the year and that is enough, but we might have to up it. We'll just have to see how the rest of this winter goes. And then also, unfortunately, I had to cut Christmas. I usually put $100 a month towards our Christmas fund, which is actually, I should put Christmas / Aria birthday fund because this is the fund we would use if we like threw a birthday party for my daughter. So yeah, nothing in February, but we did put some money in January, and hopefully in March we'll get back to that. I don't want to cut that one too much because while it's not urgent, it still is a big expense to like have a birthday party or to fund Christmas, and I just want to make it a priority because those things are supposed to be fun and I really want to be able to enjoy them during the year. So yeah, so total sinking funds is $2,485. And then quickly, let's just take a look at this pie chart and see how the money is being allocated throughout the month. So for our income, 20% is going to taxes and insurance, and 15.8% is going to pay yourself first. That's really nice because when we do our gross budget, I really like to try to hit that 15% going towards investing because at a minimum, that's how much you're supposed to put aside for retirement every single month, and we started late saving for retirement, so we should really be putting more. But while we're paying off debt, that's just the amount we're trying to hit, and then once we're debt free, we will put some of that money that was going towards debt towards retirement. But for now, we were able to hit that this month, and so again, it's like we could have another $100 in our car maintenance fund, or we could hit that 15% towards retirement savings. And I just feel like that's more of a priority than putting $100 aside for a car repair right now. 22.8% of our income is going towards debt payments, and then 20% towards fixed expenses, and 21% towards sinking funds. So that is how our money is being allocated this month. So thank you guys so much for joining me for this February budget with me. If you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this from me, then hit that red subscribe button. I'd love to have you as a subscriber. As I mentioned before, if you like this budget spreadsheet, it is available for purchase in my Etsy shop. It's an instant download to Google Sheets, and I will put the link for my Etsy shop in the video description. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon in my next video. Bye!